Hey everyone, it's Jen, and this week we are talking about gratitude that we have about recovery, what we love about recovery. So we're expanding on our topic from last week, which was talking about the things we love as just as us as people. And this week we're applying that to recovery specifically. This is going to be a little bit of a different video because I would feel not quite right not bringing up the tragic events that happened yesterday. Today is December 15th, and yesterday, December 14th, there was a shooting at a school in Connecticut where 18 5-year-olds, kindergarten students, were shot and killed, and 27 people altogether were killed. And it's something that has taken up the bulk of a lot of people's thoughts and energy and feelings for the whole day, and sure, in days and weeks to come. And so just sort of in light of that, I wanted to discuss recovery because the feelings that I have about recovery now are highlighted given this incident. Because, and I have this whole thing that I wanted, this kind of other thing I wanted to say before this happened, and I feel like I want to just reformat the whole video now because this really puts a spin on it, and a time-relevant spin, and a necessary one, and I think that one that we can all benefit from thinking about, because I think recovery, what happens when you're in recovery and when you're recovered, is that you start feeling your feelings and connecting to things and reacting to things as they are, not as the skewed version of them that your eating disorder puts on them. And this is not great, that's a bad word, wrong choice of words, but this could be this just kind of marks the distinction between your eating disorder reacting to something and you genuinely reacting to something. So if you're having feelings about this, and if you're sad, if you're in shock, if you're angry, confused, all of those things are okay to feel and normal and expected, and grieving is a huge piece of it, and it's okay to grieve, and it's okay to connect to others as you grieve. It's okay to connect to your own grief. I know I've spoken about grieving the eating disorder. That's another kind of grief. And so, having done that, and being in a stronger place in recovery, I'm grateful that I don't need to grieve the eating disorder anymore, and I'm focused now on grieving what's going on around me, what defines my environment, what I interact with in my environment, and what affects people around me. Because when I was in the eating disorder, all that mattered was what was affecting me, how I was reacting, how, as much as I wanted to reach out and connect with others and be there for others and connect and be available, I couldn't because the eating disorder was taking up way too much space. So it dictated what I was and was not allowed to kind of be there for, to attend to make myself available for. I only had so much energy to do that when I was in the eating disorder. And now that I'm not, I have all of me to devote to things that need tending to, which is my own grief about this, other people's grief, the mass confusion that's happening, the anger, all of these things that people feel quite naturally and feel even more so because it affects so many people. So there is this collective intensity to it now because everybody knows it doesn't have to be spoken. And when things aren't spoken, you can feel them. And when you are in the eating disorder and you're not speaking, it probably doesn't, it means more likely that you're feeling eating disorder type of things like fears, or you're thinking or obsessing, and that's what's going on when you're not speaking. But with this, if you're not speaking but you're making eye contact and you're acknowledging others around you and you're feeling what they're feeling, it's genuine and it's felt, it's received. Your presence is there. It is a comfort. And so these are things that the eating disorder prevented me from being able to do. I'm so grateful that I get to now extend myself to others, be affected by others, be helped and supported, let others know that and act and kind of like act and behave in alignment with the words that I'm speaking. So my words are not empty. My words are filled with feeling and they align with what I am feeling. The words go hand in hand. They're just a result of what I'm feeling. I'm not forcing them, and I'm not saying what I think others want me to say or what I should say. Like, being in an eating disorder, having an eating disorder is all about that. Like, putting on a front, making sure you come across a certain way to people, or depending on what it is exactly, but just, not showing what's actually going on inside. But being in recovery, being recovered allows you to match, really genuinely match, and I'm not talking about body. I mean, match the outside with the inside, meaning what's coming out of you, the words that are coming out of you, you can match them with what is coming up inside and what's going on, and the and your internal experience. And so when people see you, they see you as a whole person. They see you as connected to yourself, and they see you as easier to access. So being in an eating disorder, often we stay in it because we're scared to be accessed. We're scared to access. We don't want that. We close off. We do that. We arrange that on purpose, kind of unconsciously, but also on purpose. And it's a risk to get out of that place, because it's a risk to be directly accessed. And but when you take that risk, the benefits are just compounded, and you feel your life is richer. Your life is richer when you allow yourself to be accessed, to be supported, to be needed, and when you can feel like you can give to a healthy extent what other people need, when you want to, when you feel like you want to give, you can. Not to an unhealthy extent, but the eating disorder is so the opposite of that. It's like either give too much. It's coming from a really unhealthy place. You're sort of just draining yourself. You're not replenishing the giving. What's the sustenance, or you just can't give at all. And being in recovery, being recovered, you can give what you want to other people. You can give them what you want to give them of yourself, and you can trust that will be self-replenishing, and you're allowing yourself to be open to what they have to give you in return. It's a give and take. It's a balance. Eating disorder is not about balance. There is no equal give and take in an eating disorder, so I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the ability to give and take and have that flow and have that balance. And even if it's not balanced in one moment, I trust that things will shift where it will balance out again, and I'm not worried. I just want to give my love and support to everybody who is either directly or indirectly affected by this terrible tragedy. I actually just found out that a friend of a friend's son was actually in that class and was killed. And so I didn't know this person, but I don't know what 6 degrees of separation. I don't know. It's just didn't realize I would even know somebody who knew somebody, and it's just very, very sad. And so it was sad before then. I mean, it was sad all day. I just found this out, and I was really upset the whole day. So this just puts a different kind of spin on it, and it makes me very sad. So just my heart goes out to anybody affected by this in any way at all. And even if you're not here and you're far, far, far away, you may still very well be affected by it, because we are all in this together. Violence is violence, and it's not confined to a location, and it doesn't mean that you can't feel sad, and it doesn't mean that it can't affect you, because it's a sad thing to have happened at all, anywhere, anytime. It's just because it's something we can all relate to, and we can all put back on ourselves, and we can all think of somebody in our lives, if this had happened to them, what would we feel? So we can all be connecting points for each other, and links of points of understanding for each other, if that makes sense. I just like to think of it as we're all part of the same big heart, and we can all connect and feel and have empathy for each other, no matter how far away we are, and we can extend that empathy as far as it will go. It doesn't matter. It's not confined to physical distances. It can be span many distances and still be reached by people we love. I really hope that made sense. I'm rambling just a bit now, but yeah, just my love, and just stay grateful for all of the things that recovery has given you, and remember them and keep note of them if you can, to look at in harder moments. So, okay, have a good week, and talk to you next week. Bye.